Every desire that you hold, every desire that you have put into your vortex is viable, possible,
Yes.
active in the vortex. So you can choose anything that makes you feel good to focus upon, and in doing so, everything that you want is in the process of unfolding. You don't have to choose one or the other. Just choose something that feels good and let everything that you want come to be. On anything that feels good. On anything that feels good. Let's say there are 5 things that are important to you. 5 desires. 2 of them you really want, but you're more worried about them because they're slower to come. If you will focus upon any one of the 3 that feels good, then the 2 that you're worried about will come too. But if you focus on the one you're worried about, you'll mess up all 5 of them. If we were standing in your physical shoes, we would choose the one that is easiest for us to get there. Because it doesn't matter why you're in the receptive mode. When you are, then you're getting good ideas about everything that you want, and everything moves along. Something else that happens, they can all dovetail together. All you have to do is find something that you haven't been beating a negative drum about, and you will gradually soar to this place of connection. And then everything that you want comes to you in perfect timing, sometimes many of them coupled together. We want you to focus not to make it happen. We want you to focus because it's fun when you focus. I want this thing I do not want. I want this thing I should not have. I want this thing that others may misunderstand. There's some contradicted energy. But that's why we're saying to you, your pure desire is in that vortex. And if you won't overthink it, if you won't try at the same time that you want it to evaluate the rightness of your having it, or your worthiness of having it, or how others will feel about it as you have it, if you can clean up that vibration, that's why when we say to you, there isn't anything that you want for any reason other than you think you will feel good in the having of it. Do you think it's all right for you to feel good? Do you think that if you feel good that you deprive someone else of feeling good? Is there only so much of a flow of good feeling? Do you ever be healthy for quite a while and then you say, oh wait, I've been feeling pretty healthy in my body for quite a long time, and there are a lot of sick people out there, so I've decided that for the month of April I will be sick, and I will allow more of the wellness to flow to more of the people who haven't been getting any wellness. You have got to give in to the rightness of you being satisfied with your desires. You've got to give in to Source's desire for you to thrive in all ways that matter to you, you see. You've got to give up the struggle. And so if something that you want has a little struggle in it, don't use that as your subject to focus. We don't know of any better way, any more efficient way. We don't know of a faster way for you to finally accept your worthiness than for you to line up and let some good stuff in, and line up and let some more good stuff in, and line up and let some more good stuff in, and feel the pleasure of Source within you as you are thriving. That's the way you will teach yourself the feeling of worthiness, is by realizing that that's what your inner being wishes for you. And when you hold yourself apart from the blessings that are raining down all around you, that's resistance to something that is natural. Once a desire has occurred to you, sometimes you think that that's just the beginning, that you have to figure out what you want and then you have to go get it. But once a desire has occurred to you, once you have received it, so to speak, once you know you want something, you are so well along the way, because there is so much that has happened before it came in the form of a desire into your full conscious awareness. So there is usually a gap between your first realization that you want something, and that's usually, especially in the beginning, a sort of fleeting awareness. There's usually a gap between that awareness that you want something and that belief that it can be. Because in most cases, you think that if it could easily be, or if it could be, it already would be, because by the time you are aware that you want it, it feels to you like it may not be that easy to get in many cases. Oh, little things that you want and already believe you already have. The awareness that you want it and don't have it is what holds it in a holding pattern, because every thought matters. So when you think, I would like to have that, but I don't have it, you don't allow any momentum to gather. You don't allow your point of attraction to improve. You don't prepare yourself to let it into your awareness. You don't let yourself translate it into the see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it version. It's nice to be an extension of the spirit that you really are. It's wonderful to feel good in this life experience. You have come as brilliant, really genius, and such blessed creators with the express intention of sifting through this time-space reality and coming to your own conclusions about what you desire. In order for the universe, source energy, and all of the cooperative components to come together in order to allow you to experience the fullness of these things that you want. This time-space reality has the wherewithal to supply all of the ingredients to you and to it fully. You are not meant to deprive yourself of anything that you have identified that you want. You know what you want. Sometimes hard for you to admit it because your beliefs tell you you can't have it, and it doesn't feel good to talk about things you want when you don't believe you can have them, but you know what you want, and we want you to know that we know what you want. We know what you want, and we know where you stand right here, right now, in relationship to everything you want. So when that desire occurs to you, oh, it is such a good thing. Step one has happened. Life has caused you to give birth to a desire, and it is well along the way by the time you are consciously aware of it. Your inner being wraps itself all around the desire that you have given birth to and becomes a point of attraction. And law of attraction begins responding to that point of attraction. So your desire begins to formulate into much more than just the thought form that it is when you realize you want it, all the way in to this full-blown manifestation where you and others can see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it. And all along the way in that progress, from it being an idea to becoming the full-blown creation that you want, all along that way, you can be and are meant to be joyful as you are able to witness the cooperative components coming into place, supporting your idea, giving you hunches and nudges and impulses and inspiration so that you have right time, right place things, rendezvous happening all the time. We want you to reach the place where you are not feeling discord between the desire and the full manifestation of it. If you can decide today that you're going to enjoy every step along the way as this full-blown, already in progress idea of desire that is backed up by source energy, by all that is, by your inner being, and by every cooperative component in the universe, if you can accept that this desire is already well underway, and you can then sit in a relaxed understanding that it is going to come to full fruition unless you do that thing you do that prevents you from witnessing it happening. That thing that you do is you must think in favor of it happening, not in discord. You have to be a cooperative component with your own powerful, important thoughts. You can't think against your own desires and allow that gap to close. You have to lean in the direction of it. Your work is to believe what you want. Talk yourself into believing what you want. Cease the split energy. I want it, but I would really like to have that, but I've wanted it for such a long time and it's just not happening. Yeah, right. I would really like to have that, but I don't know anyone that has that easily. I want that, but oh, there's too much of a price that I would have to pay in order to get that. You often shoot your desires in the foot with your awareness of what is. And that's the part that we really want to get your attention about here and now. Because isn't this interesting? So you're standing in a place, living some life, and life shows you or brings you to an awareness that you are without something that you want to have. This desire becomes more and more and more until it comes into your conscious awareness. And so now you have a desire. You have a desire, and do you know what the only thing is that's keeping you from closing in on your desire, from having fun, watching things come into place and getting the fullness of it? Do you know the only thing that's keeping you from it? You're looking at what is, and what is opposite of what you want. And so the what is vibration has more of your airtime. You're talking more, thinking more about what is. And so you're not allowing yourself to talk and think about what's becoming. So you are pessimistic about what's becoming because you're talking about what is. And isn't that interesting? Don't you just find that interesting when you look at it that way, that the only thing that keeps you from moving to where you really want to be is talking about where you are. You're so interested in where you are, but you can't get there that way. You got to let go of what is in order to allow what is becoming to become what is. And your doubt will go away if you'll stop looking at the absence of something. If you will stop looking where it isn't and start looking where it is, your doubt will go away. So the thing that you've got to do is you've got to accept that where it is in the beginning is in a vibrational reality that you have to sense, not see. So you got to feel for it where it is rather than look for it where it isn't yet. And if you will feel for it where it is rather than look for it where it isn't yet, very soon it will be where you and others can see it fully. That's just the way this vibrational universe works.